Welcome to my channel, Purposeful Play, where I talk about all things early childhood education. I'm Danielle, and I am a former preschool teacher, and I am now a teacher trainer and a person who records YouTube videos for you. And today I want to share with you how to dye rice for sensory play. And I was gonna do garbanzo beans or chickpeas, but I couldn't find any at the grocery store. So instead, I got Great Northern beans. I haven't done this before, so you guys are going to do it with me. Let's get started. Okay, I've got all my ingredients here. I got my rice. I am not doing all of this. We needed rice, so I bought a big bag. I'm just gonna do a small amount today because I don't actually need it. I just wanna show it to you. I've got a Ziploc bag. I've got some food coloring. We'll see how this goes. I think this is one of the gel ones. I'm gonna do some purple, but it's a gel one, so I'm gonna see how that one works. I've got some vinegar and I've got some parchment paper. I like to use parchment paper to dry it on. And that is what I have. All right, I've got all my ingredients ready and I am gonna do just a small batch. So I have 1 cup of rice and I'm gonna add 1 cup, ooh, that'd be a lot. 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And I like to put it in a separate cup because I'm going to mix the food coloring into the vinegar. So you can put this in the Ziploc baggie before you put the rice in, or you can just mix it in a different container, and that's what I'm going to do. So I just put 1 tablespoon of vinegar in there. I like my rice very colorful, so I like to add lots of drops of food coloring, but you can do what you want. And then just mix it up. And oh, this is interesting, it looks blue. It looks actually very blue. I'm wondering if this is purple or if it's blue. And then you take your vinegar and food coloring mixture and you pour it into the Ziploc bag. Get it all in there. You zip it up and then you shake it. And this is a great thing for kids to do. It's fun for them to shake it all around. See, that is so not purple. Look at that. That is blue. I don't know what happened there, but I'm gonna have to see if I actually have a purple one in my cupboard. So you just keep shaking it and squishing it and shaking it all around until it looks like all the rice is colored. And then when looks like it's done, you're gonna spread it out on the parchment paper. You can also use tin foil. And if you don't want it to spill all over the place, you can also put it on a tray. So I'm gonna do that and then show you what it looks like. Before you pour this onto the tray to dry, you can also add essential oils in it right now so that it doesn't have that vinegary smell if you'd like to. But I'm not going to because it has a pretty strong vinegar smell. And I'm not a fan of it, so you can add the essential oils. So you dump it out, you kind of spread it out a little bit. Oh, it's starting to look a little more purple now. It's more like a bluish purple. And then you let it dry, and it really does not take that long to dry. And I like to make lots of colors because then when they're all mixed together, they just look like really pretty. And look at my hands now. I probably should have done that with my hands. So now let's try it with the beans and see if the same process works with the beans. Look at how pretty it is. I'm wondering if the gel food coloring is better because the color of this is awesome. It's really dark and I like it like that. So I don't waste another bag. I'm gonna put the beans in here and then do the same color. All right, I've got the beans in the bag and I'm very excited to see if this is gonna work. I'm gonna put in 1 tablespoon of vinegar. I'm going to add a little bit of the food coloring and then stir it up. And then I'm gonna put it in the baggie and see what happens. I don't wanna put this on my counter, So I don't know if food coloring stains the counter, probably not, but I'm gonna put it in the sink. Okay, now I'm gonna pour this in the bag and let's see what happens. Oh, it wasn't mixed very well. Well, darn it. So I didn't mix it very well when I put it in the little tiny measuring cup here. So a lot of the food coloring was left at the bottom of the cup because it's that gel one. So I'm gonna just mix it up and then pour it back, pour some more in there. Might have a little bit too much vinegar in there, but it's okay. I know this works with chickpeas or garbanzo beans, so I don't know. Don't you think it should I should work with other beans? Let's give it a try. I'm gonna shake it and I'll be back. I didn't think they were dark enough, so I added a little bit more food coloring into the bag, and then I'm gonna shake it up again and see if it looks a little bit darker. Well, I have to say that it worked. I don't know if the color is gonna stay on the beans. It almost looks like if you play with it, it'll just like rub off. But I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll update you on how it's doing. But first, let me show you what it looks like. The beans haven't quite finished drying, but I'm not happy with them. I mean, while they do have a slight color to them, when you compare them to the totally white ones here, this is what it looks like. Actually, it kind of matches my nails. Yes, it is purple, but the casing or like the skin, or I don't even know what you call it, is coming off of some of them. Like look at this one here, like it's coming off. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, it might be interesting for kids to play with it like that, maybe. Oh no, because you know what, as soon as that comes off, then it splits, the bean splits in half. So I'm gonna say that the beans are a fail. You get to see me fail. But the rice is looking great. And I actually ended up mixing them together because I just wanted to put it on the same tray. And I did switch to tin foil because the parchment paper got a little too wet. So in the description down below, when I list the materials, I will put tin foil as one of the materials that you need, not parchment paper. One thing I wanted to mention is that you want to make sure this is completely dry before you let the children play with it, because it will dye their hands if it's not completely dry. Some of them, take an hour-ish. Some of them take a little longer. Some of them might even take overnight. But just make sure that it's completely dry before you put it out for them to play with. I just poured all my rice into my little storage container that I keep in the pantry, and it fits perfectly. I also, while pouring it into here, I poured it all over the place. And unfortunately, the dogs don't like uncooked rice, so I'm gonna have to sweep it up. Thanks for watching and good luck dyeing some rice. I would suggest doing it with your students because I think it's easy enough for them to do. And if they happen to get their hands a little bit colorful, well, so be it. It'll be a fun activity. Have a happy day.